Week number 2 of the All-22, but as you can see, Mark Chmura, he looks a little bit different this week. Chewy on vacation, so we've got the Super Bowl champion, Bryan Bulaga, subbing for him this week. Thanks for jumping in, man. I know you love diving into the film stuff anyway, so you might as well talk about it for a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Pleasure subbing in this week. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun game to watch, that's for sure. A lot going on. And I like getting into it, like seeing the intricacies of what's happening week to week and kind of seeing what offensively, what LaFleur's changing up week to week. And obviously defensively, structure and what Halfley's doing. There's changes that happen a little bit week to week, but it's fun to see how the defense evolves week to week, right? Like, and how players get more comfortable in the scheme week to week. So, and you in this tape, there's going to be a couple things that we go through that you see that, right? And I mean, especially towards the end where we go through that. It's been fun to see. So once we get into it, we can talk about that. But yeah, this is one of my favorite things after the Packers plays to jump into this and kind of go through it.
All right, let's go ahead and dive into it after week number 2 against the Cleveland Browns. So where we're going to start here, Blue, just going to take a look at really the biggest play of Tucker Kraft's season, I guess, so far through 2 games. But, I mean, he gets vertical out of this unique 3 tight end set. So we'll just start playing it and just kind of walk us through what you see.
Yeah, I mean, it is a big personnel, 3 tight end set. I mean, and everything here is screaming to the defense run, right? I mean, you see 3 tight ends, 1 running back, and everything is screaming to this defense run. I mean, look at everyone, how close this defense is in the box right here. I mean, everyone is up in the line of scrimmage, single high safety. And as we see Savion Williams in the motion here, right? If you look at him in motion, all the eye candy that you see here, the defense starts to communicate, right? Right when they start talking, and then you see the running back motion out, Jacobs motion out, the communication starts to have issues, right? Kraft releases through the seam. Bobby Wagner, all of a sudden with the safety, there's a loss of communication with the single high. The single high is supposed to obviously carry for a little bit, release Musgrave, and then roll over to Kraft. There doesn't, no communication, and he's just running clean through the seam with a huge gain here. Because if you're looking at this from this angle, there's no communication, right? They are just all lost. Bobby Wagner's supposed to carry. This is getting cut loose. I mean, everyone's just cut loose because it looks like run. It's not run. It's well-designed play. I mean, obviously the pass pro, they're rushing 5. The pass pro holds up really well up front. Which obviously makes this thing go because 3 tight ends are going out, plus the wide out, plus the back. So pretty much everyone's going out in a route, and the line has to hold up against 5 rushing. I mean, it's just a really well-designed play and well executed. And obviously, Kraft getting cut loose through the seam is probably not what Washington was hoping to have on this play. And then obviously a good finish by Kraft, right? I mean, just goes vertical, doesn't try to do anything fancy, cut, wiggle back and forth, just takes it vertical and does very well. And what I like about it is the design of the play. If you see Musgrave and how they design it with Kraft going up the seam, and then Musgrave's kind of going across that deep safety's face, it puts that safety in a bind, right? Because it makes him make a decision on who he has to pick up. Right. And Bobby's only going to carry so far. Bobby Wagner's not going to run all the way with Tucker Kraft down the field. He's just not going to do it. I mean, with this defense, he's just not going to do it. So it puts the safety in a bind. The safety's not running all the way over to this quarter of the field. He's supposed to carry it for so far, then cut it off. I mean, it's just really well designed, and they got him. LaFleur got him, and a big game for the Packers.
All right, so obviously that really worked well, and I think those plays, Blue, can kind of work out just because of teams loading up to stop the run. Here we see again, it's going to be a heavy box with two running backs in on this play, and it was one of the better runs for Josh Jacobs. So just kind of walk us through what you see as an offensive lineman when you're going through a play like this, where you're still able to get a good gain despite so many bodies being close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So is this this is the run? This is
this is the run. This is the Josh Jacobs little 9-yard run.
Yeah, so this is a really good run. So I mean, again, we kind of look at what right off the get Savion Williams does to this defense, right? He goes once Savion Williams pulls out of this defense, Bobby Wagner's gone, right? So now you automatically see one backer in the box, right? We only have 5 blocking, so we're cutting an edge man loose right away. So now we're going 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the backer. So we got 5 on 5 cutting the edge man loose. What makes this whole thing go is Rasheed Walker on the backside sealing the backside 3-tech. I mean, if you look at it from the end zone copy, Rasheed Walker makes this play go, right? Sealing off a wide 3-tech for a tackle is difficult. It just is. Him doing that makes it go, right? And then the next part about this is Elton Jenkins at the center position, even paying the D tackler, he's playing a 2-eye. That's a tough block for a center to even get any stretch, right? So Elton having to stretch and reach a 2-eye is tough. It's a difficult thing. So for him to even get the 2-eye to move a little bit, I get he falls off late. That also is the key to this thing. Now, I would have loved to see Jordan Morgan obviously stay a little bit more engaged on the backer up here, because this thing could have gone, probably could have been up to the safety and he beats the safety or runs over the safety, and it could have been, a 40-yard gain. So if Jordan Morgan just breaks down a little bit and just really just stays engaged with number 4, this thing's, I mean, you could maybe call it a house call potentially. He just gets a little bit overextended when he gets up to the second level. And that's kind of what I talked about on Wildy and Tausch the other day, is what's been going on with the Packers run game in general. That's been the issue, is the second level. Guys getting up to the second level and staying engaged in the second level. We're doing a fine job on the first level. It's getting up to the second level and staying engaged with these linebackers, and Jacobs not being able to really get past the first level of defenders and get loose in the second level because we're not staying engaged well enough with the linebackers. But this is a good example of a run that, we're used to seeing with the Green Bay Packers. A little misdirection. It's eye candy for the defense. It makes the defense eyes, pull one way, and then it's not misdirection, but we're zoning the other way. It's sealing off the backside, creating a lane, cutting the defense in half, and then guys climbing. So like another really good run. And obviously Jacobs is so good at one cut and getting vertical. And it takes really, when you want these inside zones, you're looking for one side of the defense to get cut, right? And Rasheed Walker does that. He cuts one side of the defense in half. That's the backside of the backside 3-techs gets cut in half, right? Seal that off. And that's all you're looking for. Right when that happens, Jacobs knows I'm getting vertical right away and cutting back. And then you're going to get as many yards as you can. And obviously I'm being nitpicky. If Jordan Morgan if he just stays a little more square in that linebacker and stays engaged, that thing is, I mean, if you just play it from here, if Jordan Morgan stays engaged, you look at this, safety's the only one home.
Yeah, right? I mean, you see it from here. When you pause it, there's everybody's accounted for. There's nothing between, and then obviously he just gets away from him as you. Yeah,
safety's the only one home. If Jordan Morgan stays on that, safety's one-on-one with Jacobs, and that's not where the safety wants to be. So you look at that in the future. That's coachable tape. You'll definitely see that look again, because this defense that is being run, it's a lot of teams run it now. So you'll see it again. It's just coachable tape, and you can learn from that. So, but again, good play, positive run.
We're going to play one more offensive play here, and this one it ends up being an incomplete pass, but you're backed up inside your own 10. And you end up getting a deep ball opportunity to Matthew Golden. Love just overshoots him. But what are you thinking as an offensive lineman, knowing that you've got to protect a little bit more when your quarterback's going to be, kind of taking a deeper drop back toward the end zone?
Yeah, this is these are a little nerve-wracking situations because you obviously know as an offensive lineman backed up, multiple things can happen, right? If you're in the end zone, you get a hold, it's safety, right? If you get a sack and he's in the end zone, safety. Obviously, if you get a sack and you're backed up and you get sacked close to the goal line, you're in a really bad position. So it's a little bit of a nerve-wracking situation when you're backed up and you're taking shots like this. But obviously the pass pro is good. This is a good pass blocking offensive line, right? Like this is something that they're really good at and they're really confident at. This is really just a showboating exercise by Matthew Golden, right? Like this is really all this is.
There's no move here. He's just running faster than everyone.
Yes, I mean this is essentially they're playing base defense. This is 3 shell. This is all this is, and he just runs by them and just says, "I'm faster than all 3 of you, and I'm just going to run right by you." And he does, and it's very easy. It's just a go ball. He runs right by the 3 shell. The safety sits on it. They're thinking it's run. They sit on it, and he just runs right by them. It's a little bit of an overthrow, and it's gone. And the thing about it too is, like, again, I could be nitpicky because like here I am on a Thursday. Tucker Kraft, if they throw it to Tucker Kraft, it's probably another 60-yard gain. Like, to be honest, look at Tucker Kraft in the flat here, because Golden runs everyone out of there. He runs everyone out, and Tucker Kraft releases.
There's nobody there.
There's nobody there. So it's probably like a 60-yard gain for Tucker Kraft on the sideline. So like it just shows you what Golden does to defenses. And now they're going to see that on tape and see, like, if he's out there and he runs, he is going to pull so much attention because he just outran everyone by 5 yards. Mm-hmm. He's 5 yards. He's faster than everyone by 5 yards. So the attention he's going to get and how soft everyone's going to play on his side, it's going to open up so much space around him over there that you're going to get easy throws. It's going to be easy pitch and catch over there, whether it's him or whether tight ends release over there or anything. It's going to be really interesting to see how teams play him or really anyone. Like when tight ends, you're in a formation like this and tight ends do late releases like that. I mean, it could be stealing. It could be stealing from defenses like that. So obviously, incomplete pass, but it's well executed everywhere else besides the incompletion. But yeah, just that showboating. That's really all that is. Is Golden saying I'm faster than all of you. I know I'm faster than all of you, and then obviously Love throwing the ball. What was that? 65 yards in the air.
Yeah, in the air. And it seems like to me, he knows that Matthew's out there and like he kind of sees it here. And I don't know. I mean, there's a little bit of pressure. It just seems like he's going, hey, I'm going to throw it as far as I can. I don't think I can overthrow him. And then he overthrows him about a half of a yard. It's just so close to being such a good play.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, again, that connection's it's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna happen. It'll be there. Listen, connecting on deep balls that takes time. Yeah, it takes time. I mean, people expect that to be like this something happens immediately, and I remember it being, the Rodgers, the Nelson deep ball was like the easiest thing that people would watch all the time because it happened so often. We would bootleg out right, and Aaron would throw that thing back across the field to Jordy, and he'd be wide open, and he'd hit Jordy in stride, and it was a touchdown almost every time. And that's what people would think that how easy this should be. Well, it's not that easy. That takes a long time, and obviously Golden's a rookie, and you have to figure guys out, right? Like the quarterback has to figure things out and pace and stride length and how long to lead them and things like that. So it's a learning experience, right? And Jordan's good. He'll figure out how to drop that thing in the bucket from an air time and all that. So like, there's a little bit of science to it when you have a guy that runs that fast. there's a little bit more to it than just throwing it out there for him, right? Like there's a little bit more to it, but we'll see that connection soon. That'll happen. There's no doubt because that was close.
Yeah, it was really close. So now we're going to focus over on the defensive side of things. This ends up being a Rashawn Gary sack.
Yep.
And what's fun to me about this play is a lot of the things we've looked at, and I think a lot of the explosive plays that we've seen through 2 weeks have been in part the Micah Parsons effect. I think the interception last week beats Penei Sewell coming inside. Goff sees it, gets rid of it early. Evan Williams ends up with an interception. But this ends up being a really big play for the Packers, and Micah Parsons isn't even on the field because Rashawn gets chipped, and yet the Packers are still able to get pressure without Micah, and then they get pressure from multiple spots, which results in this sack.
Yeah, I mean, and to me, that's the most impressive part, and that's what I think that's what everyone expected from Rashawn, right? Like this is what we expect. You get chipped and you still win, right? A positive rush while getting chipped, right? And that's the hardest thing for a D end is getting chipped and still making a positive rush out of it, right? And he gets chipped, he plays off of it, great chop and rip, right? He goes into it quick. He doesn't, and this is what is good from a DN standpoint, right? He sees it right away. He doesn't dilly-dally, right? Like what normally DNs do and what as a tackle, when you get a chip, you want a DN to settle, right? Like he gets a chip and he settles and he reads. And when he reads is when you know as a tackle, you're good, right? Like he's like, okay, he's reading too much. Rashawn doesn't read. He goes straight into a rush. And he goes straight into rush and he closes the angle really tight on 72 and he attacks his outside hip with a rip. Attacks his outside hip with a rip, chop and rip, and he goes right to the angle. And obviously Wyatt winning, like with this power rush, forces Daniels almost right to Rashawn and bang. It's like it just works right away. And the thing is, 72 here, I mean, I get he's a young guy. Probably a lot of upside, but just a really bad set, like a really bad set for a chip. I mean, you're getting a chip. He's stopping his feet after the chip, and then you're just dropping your outside hip. But if you're going to get a chip, get more width, right? Get more width. Your guard is there inside looking at you. You know you're not getting beat inside. 67 is literally staring at you inside. Like, look at 67. He's like, please, like, let 52 come inside. Like, why are you not allowing him to come inside? And 72 lets Rashawn literally take the edge. And Rashawn's like, thanks, sure. You going to want to drop your outside foot? I'll take it. And it's, just tailor-made for a sack. And obviously Wyatt does a fantastic job. Bull, pull, bang, rip, swim over the top. And obviously on the back end too, it's great coverage. Good coverage on the back end of that thing. Daniels has nowhere to throw the football because it wasn't like this rush happened in 2 seconds, right? It took a little bit. It took a little while. It's good coverage on the back end. I mean, guys came open late, but at that time, Wyatt's in his face. He has to move, and then by the time he moves, Rashawn's around the edge. So that's the way you want it. That's exactly the way you want it, and it's a good job by the back end. That's what his defense is supposed to set up. The back end's supposed to show for about the 3-second mark, right, and do their job for the 3-second mark, and then the rush takes care of it after that, and that's the way this thing is supposed to work. That's how they complement each other. And that's the way it's been working for these first 2 weeks against really good offenses. So again, everything that is supposed to be going to plan has been going to plan. So another really good play.
I want to start with the end zone cam here. So this is our final play, and it's the first play of the fourth quarter, mostly because I don't know how often I've seen this in an NFL play where Micah Parsons gets the pressure. Daniel sees it and tries to run away. And as he's running, he peeks back to see where Micah is. And it almost seems like Javon Bullard sneaks up on him by the time Bullard ends up going low and hitting him. To me, this is the ultimate Micah Parsons effect. Winning on a double team, beating his guy. Then he looks back and, there's Javon Bullard. as he's looking back, running away. I just haven't seen too many quarterbacks look behind them, especially Jaden Daniels. He's usually faster than all these guys, but he knows how fast Micah Parsons is, and it just kind of seems like Bullard takes him by surprise.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's call the first mistake what it is. This is a awful alignment by this running back to chip Micah Parsons. You're not chipping Micah this far wide. Like, you're not doing anything for the tackle here. Like, that's nothing. Like, if anything, you're giving Micah more of a boost by chipping him that way. You're almost hitting him in the back by getting, that's helping this or helping Micah get around the edge. And obviously another terrible set by the right tackle here. Like, this is, he doesn't want to get beat inside because Micah's already got him there. It's a terrible set, and that is what it is. The next thing that I really thought Bullard did a good job on this is he held on his responsibility in coverage till the last second to prevent what he needed to do here on 83, so there couldn't be a weird pitch or something like that, and he triggered. And when he triggered, it was downhill as fast as possible. Like, if you look at it from the wide angle, Bullard holds and holds. He sees it, and then he triggers, right? He doesn't just fly downhill immediately. He holds and then goes. And then what's really good, too, is Quay. Look at Quay drift out to almost take coverage responsibility. He sees it. He drifts out to take coverage responsibility as he sees Bullard go. That's really high level type stuff. That's really good, because if Daniel somehow was able to get a throw away, Daniels is good. Quay would have been there to at least try to track down 83 and make a play, right? Like, that's what you're looking for in case something like that happens. It didn't. Obviously, Bullard chops him down in a very violent fashion, and which is a fantastic play. But it's just great defense. It's just really good defense, and obviously Parsons chasing him down like that is, it's ridiculous. It's just, I don't understand. It's just, it happens so fast. The timing of the snap, how he jumps the ball, beats him. He's around the edge so quick, and then Bullard triggers. It's the defense is playing at a level right now that I don't recall seeing. Maybe I recall it in 2010, the way the Super Bowl defense was playing. If I had to really, maybe the 2014 defense when they were,
yeah, especially in the second half after Clay moved to the inside.
Yeah, the way they were playing, they're just playing ridiculous right now, right? And they're all playing really complementary to each other, right? Like, the two linebackers are playing great. The defensive line is phenomenal right now. The back end last year, right? And I think this was we all talked about it. There were holes, right? Someone would, a receiver would catch a ball and there would be yak, right? And it's like, why is a receiver catching the ball? There's a broken tackle and there's no one else around. Why is there nobody else around? Like, if a wide receiver catches the ball this year, that's if they catch a ball this year, there's a DB on them. And then there's like two more DBs there immediately to help. Like, that is a drastic change from what we saw last year. And like, to me, that's a culture change. It's a mentality change. And like, that to me, like, speaks volumes to what's happening in the locker room with Hafley, with the defense. Maybe sure, if you want to attribute that to Parsons, whatever. It doesn't matter what you attribute it to. It is just phenomenal to see, right? It's great to see. And offensively, I think, you want to see a number one step up. You want to see the run game improve. I want to see the run game improve. So I think we're going to need Jacobs to be at that 4.5, yard per carry. We're going to need to see that as this thing goes on. And I think the O-line will improve and start to clean that up. But I think the passing game right now, how Jordan's distributing it, is really good, right? Like, you like to see multiple guys, getting multiple targets and receptions, and that's really good right now. But as the season goes on, right, you're going to want to see a clear-cut guy that he's targeting in big moments, right? Like, a guy that is your go-to, who, when it's 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8, who's the guy that you're going to? Who's going to be the constant? Who's going to be the guy? And we all know Kraft, right? We get it. We get it. We get it. Tucker Kraft is the guy. He is the guy right now, right? He it goes through him. But it's hard to always say that an offense goes through a tight end, right? I mean, it is hard to say in today's NFL that an offense goes through a tight end. They're phenomenal complementary pieces. We know that for sure. Offenses with a great tight end can be very dangerous. But with a great number one wideout, it's awfully good, and with a great running back. So that's what I'm looking to see. And obviously now that Reed is going to be sidelined for a little bit, let's see if Golden now can, step up and kind of carry that load. But we'll see, right? This is a big week. There's a lot of, going into a game this heavy of a favorite. I don't love these things, right? Like I don't love 8.5-point favorites. Like I never liked it as a player. Not that I looked at lines. I normally looked at heavy favorites. Like, oh, you're supposed to win games. Never loved it, right? Like his expectations of that. I mean, we always expected to win, but you should just beat Cleveland. Why do you even care?
Why are you messing around? Yep.
Yeah, I never liked that. You should be taking these things seriously. We all know the threat of Cleveland defensively. So yeah, this is one of those games that you could consider a trap game, right? You beat two of the best teams in the NFC from last year. Now you go to Cleveland. They're by all means, you could say, they're
not the best. Not the best.
Yeah, they have issues all over the place, but on any given Sunday is what they claim, right? So they just have to execute and play a solid style of football. You saw, obviously Baltimore took care of them, but you just want to see them continue to perform the way that they have, and they'll be fine, right? And obviously stay healthy. But besides that, this team has been playing great through the first 2 weeks, and it's more of the same from the tape that we just watched, man. It's really fun to watch.
Well, appreciate you filling in today, Blue. Look forward to breaking down that Cleveland film next week here on All 22.
Absolutely, man.